Welcome to the SEFIROT channel. Get ready for a transformative journey of self-discovery and spiritual understanding. Since ancient times, stories of invisible entities observing us have permeated cultures around the world. These hidden watchers are described as beings who follow our every step, monitoring the spiritual evolution of humanity. But who are these watchers? Why are they observing us? And more importantly, what should we do now that we are aware of their presence? The chosen ones are often portrayed as individuals endowed with exceptional spiritual sensitivity, capable of perceiving and even interacting with these invisible watchers. But what does this really mean for these individuals? And what is their role in the observation carried out by these beings? In this video, we will delve into the essence of these invisible watchers, exploring their mythical and spiritual origins and the impact that their constant observation has on our lives. From ancient accounts to modern interpretations of paranormal phenomena, we will investigate how these beings influence our spiritual journey and how the chosen ones play a vital role in this process of vigilance. Prepare yourself for a journey that will challenge your understanding of the invisible world around us and open your mind to new possibilities about the reality that surrounds us. The SEFIROT channel has been a constant source of wisdom and inspiration for many. With deep spiritual teachings and insights on self-awareness, this channel has guided thousands of people on their personal journeys of growth and enlightenment. The hidden watchers, frequently mentioned in spiritual and religious texts, are beings who accompany the progress of humanity. The idea that we are under constant observation can be unsettling, but for many cultures and traditions, this is seen as a reflection of divine order and cosmic harmony. These beings are described as angels, guardian spirits, or even as ancestors, depending on the cultural context. Many religious and esoteric texts suggest that these observers are not merely passive. They are actively involved in ensuring that humanity follows a predetermined path of spiritual evolution. In Christianity, for example, angels are often depicted as divine messengers, bringing guidance and protecting humans from negative forces. However, this protection is not always unconditional. There are stories of angels who punish those who stray from the spiritual path, suggesting that these watchers also have a role in maintaining order and discipline. In shamanic traditions, nature spirits or ancestors are seen as spiritual guides who assist shamans on their journeys to other dimensions. These spirits watch and guide, ensuring that rituals are performed correctly and that the balance between the spiritual and physical worlds is maintained. In this context, vigilance is a way of maintaining the connection between the human and the divine, ensuring that spiritual learning continues. The idea that we are constantly being watched by these beings can deeply influence our actions and decisions. For some, this may lead to more ethical and moral behavior, knowing that their actions are being observed and recorded by higher forces. For others, this notion can generate anxiety or fear, especially if they believe they are being judged for their thoughts and action. If you feel that you are on a solitary and sometimes challenging journey as a chosen one, our ebook can be a valuable resource for you. In it, you will find guidance and insights that will help illuminate your path and better understand your unique experiences and gifts. What's even better, by joining us and acquiring the ebook, you will gain access to our exclusive community on Discord. This group is a space where many, who may feel alone or misunderstood, have found support, understanding, and affection. It is a place to share, learn, and grow together, where your unique experiences are valued and your progress is celebrated. Imagine being part of a community that truly understands and supports who you are. Check out the first pinned comment here in the video. Furthermore, the presence of these watchers suggests that human life is more than just a physical experience. It is a spiritual journey being monitored by beings who have an active interest in our evolution. This vigilance can be seen as a form of guidance, helping us stay on the right path and avoid spiritual pitfalls that could delay our evolution. Stories of beings who watch humanity are ancient and deeply rooted in our culture and mythology. Let's explore some of these stories to better understand who these watchers are and what they represent to us. In the well-known Book of Enoch, an ancient Jewish text that was not included in the biblical canon, we find one of the most detailed descriptions of the Watchers. In it, the Watchers are described as angels who descend to earth and begin interacting with humans. They teach forbidden knowledge, such as metallurgy and magic, which eventually leads to the corruption of humanity and the flood as a means of purification. The story of the Watchers in the Book of Enoch is not just an account of fallen angels. It is a reflection on the dangers of forbidden knowledge and the loss of spiritual purity. The idea that these angels were watching humanity and decided to intervene suggests that the Watchers can directly influence the course of human history, better or for worse. In Greek mythology, gods like Zeus and Hermes are often portrayed as observers of humanity. Zeus, the king of the gods, is known for watching mortals from Mount Olympus and intervening when necessary. His vigilance is seen as a way to maintain justice and balance, rewarding the virtuous and punishing the wicked. Hermes, on the other hand, is the messenger god, known for his cunning and for delivering messages from the gods to mortals, often closely observing human actions, convey accurate information. These stories reflect a deep belief that the gods were intimately involved in human affairs, watching and occasionally manipulating events to ensure that their divine plan was fulfilled. The presence of these observers in Greek mythology suggests that humanity has always been aware that we are not alone, and that our actions have consequences that go beyond the physical world. In Hindu traditions, the Devas are celestial beings who govern different aspects of the universe. They are seen as guardians of cosmic order, responsible for maintaining the balance between good and evil. The Devas observe human actions and intervene when necessary to ensure that Dharma, the moral and cosmic order, is upheld. This concept of spiritual vigilance is central to many Hindu practices, where it is believed that living in alignment with Dharma is essential for achieving moksha, or spiritual liberation. Alongside these Watchers, there are also mentions of the Syrian people, an advanced civilization supposedly originating from the star Sirius. The Syrians are described as highly evolved beings with a profound spiritual connection and interdimensional communication abilities. They are seen as guardians of knowledge about water and healing, bringing balance and harmony to the universe. Many believe that the Syrians, along with other star beings like the Pleiadians, are observing and helping humanity evolve spiritually, guiding us through times of change and transformation. Who then are the chosen ones? They are often individuals who have undergone mystical experiences, spiritual revelations, or possess special abilities such as clairvoyance or mediumship. They are called to a path of spiritual service, acting as bridges between the physical and spiritual worlds. Their sensitivity allows them to perceive presences and energies that most people cannot detect. The idea of being a chosen one also carries a great responsibility. These individuals have the mission of guiding others, sharing spiritual wisdom, and protecting humanity from negative influences. Often, they go through intense spiritual challenges as a form of preparation for their mission, developing resilience, empathy, and a deep understanding of the spiritual nature of existence. The chosen ones have the role of revealing the presence of the Watchers to the rest of humanity. They help demystify the unknown, bringing understanding and clarity about these invisible beings. Additionally, the chosen ones act as spiritual protectors, helping to prevent negative interference from entities that might want to divert humans from their true path. The chosen ones also remind humanity of its connection to the divine. They are living reminders that we are never truly alone and that there are always greater forces watching over us and guiding us on our journey. This spiritual connection is essential for growth and evolution, both on an individual and collective level. The idea of spiritual vigilance connects ancient secrets and mystical practices with modern mysteries of science and the paranormal. Let's explore how these concepts intersect and what this means for our understanding of the spiritual world. Ancient texts, such as the Kybalion and Hermetic writings, contain references to spiritual secrets and esoteric knowledge supposedly transmitted by these Watchers. These texts suggest that there is hidden knowledge, accessible only to those who are spiritually prepared. This knowledge can include everything from meditation techniques, elevate consciousness, to to understanding the mysteries of the universe. On our channel, we have other videos on this subject. Check them out in our playlist if you're interested. This esoteric knowledge is often seen as a gift from the Watchers, a way to empower humanity to reach its full spiritual potential. However, it is also presented with caution, as misuse of this knowledge can lead to corruption and chaos, as seen in various legends and mythologies. In the contemporary era, the concept of spiritual vigilance has gained new interpretations. Many ufologists and paranormal researchers suggest that the invisible watchers may be extraterrestrial or interdimensional beings. This theory creates a fascinating bridge between ancient traditions and modern scientific and paranormal theories. The idea that beings from other worlds are watching us is not new, but recent scientific explanations add a new layer of complexity to this phenomenon. Research on phenomena such as UFO sightings, near-death experiences, NDEs, and spiritual encounters suggests that there is a reality beyond what our physical senses can perceive. These events are often associated with experiences of vigilance, where individuals feel they are being observed or guided by unseen forces. In modern society, where technology and digital surveillance have become part of our daily lives, the idea of spiritual vigilance also resurfaces with new meaning. If we are constantly under observation in the physical world, perhaps this reflects a deeper and more continuous spiritual vigilance. This leads us to question our privacy, not only in the physical world, but also in the spiritual world. This intersection between the physical and the spiritual, ancient and the modern, suggests that the quest for understanding these invisible watchers is more relevant now than ever. It makes us reflect on how our actions are perceived, not just by our fellow humans, but by beings who may understand the laws of the universe more deeply. Conclusion. The idea that we are under constant surveillance by invisible watchers is one of the most profound concepts humanity can contemplate. It is not just about imagining ethereal beings watching us. It is about understanding that there is a level of reality beyond what we can see and touch. This spiritual vigilance challenges us to reconsider the purpose of our existence, the value of our actions, and the nature of the universe we live in. The presence of these watchers forces us to reflect on our own morality and daily choices. Are we living according to an ethical code that spiritually elevates us, or are we straying from the path that leads to inner growth? For those who believe in this vigilance, every moment becomes an opportunity to align with the greater good, to work for universal harmony, and to cultivate virtues like compassion, wisdom, and integrity. Furthermore, this perspective expands our view of the universe and our role in it. We are not just physical beings living isolated lives. We are part of a vast spiritual tapestry, intertwined with forces and beings that we may never fully understand. For the chosen ones, this spiritual vigilance is a call to a greater mission, to act as mediators between the visible and the invisible, helping humanity stay on the course of its spiritual evolution. They remind us that our journey is not just about survival, but about transcendence. The connection between ancient secrets and modern mysteries suggests that there is knowledge we have yet to fully understand. The secrets hidden in myths and sacred texts point to universal truths that are beyond the reach of science and reason. Perhaps these watchers are waiting for humanity to awaken to these truths and become worthy of greater knowledge. This raises questions about what is to come. Are we ready to accept the reality of these beings? And how should we prepare for a possible wider revelation? As we move forward into an uncertain future, where the spiritual and the scientific continue to intersect in unexpected ways, we are invited to explore the implications of our existence within a universe possibly filled with consciousnesses that observe and interact with. Whether in the form of spiritual guides, angels, extraterrestrial beings like the Pleiadians and Sirians, or other entities, these watchers invite us to ponder what it means to be human and what our true place in the cosmos is. Ultimately, the understanding that we are being watched, whether by benevolent beings who wish to guide us or by forces that seek to challenge us, should encourage us to live more consciously and intentionally. Spiritual vigilance is not a concept meant to instill fear, but rather to inspire a desire to grow, to align with the greater good, and to contribute to the balance of the universe. being chosen or awakening to this vigilance is an opportunity to connect deeply with the spiritual purpose of life, to engage with the mystery and wonder of the universe, and to realize that each moment is a step in a much larger journey than any of us can imagine. Thus, we are all called to live with more purpose, to seek truth in all its forms, and to keep our hearts and minds open to the inexplicable. Because after all, who knows what these invisible watchers may teach us, and how their lessons may guide us to a more enlightened future. Ultimately, the knowledge of these spiritual watchers can transform our perspective on life and the cosmos. It is an invitation to transcend the material world and explore the invisible dimensions that coexist with our everyday reality. It is a call to become aware of our own spirituality, our capacity to evolve, and our role as co-creators of a more harmonious universe. Are we ready to accept this call? And are we prepared for what these watchers may reveal to us? The answer, perhaps, lies in our own awakening to the infinite possibilities that surround us, both visible and invisible.